What's going on? What's going on? Born for Sports. We have a victory. We have a dub today. The New York Giants go into Cleveland. Backs against the wall, and get it done. Yes, they did. And I'm very happy. I'm very happy to talk about a freaking victory for a change. The New York Giants beat the Cleveland Browns 21-15. The upset this week, man, I got to tell you guys, it was nerve-wracking in that second half, man. It was nerve-wracking, but you know what? We got it done. We got it done. The defense really stepped up. Daniel Jones, this offense was cooking in the first half. Cooking. And it make you wonder, where was this whole time? Where was this whole time? I'm freaking excited. It's good for a change to talk about a victory, man. To talk about a victory, bro. Oh, man, let's get to the chat real quick as we begin. Yes, sir. Espo Doodles was goody, baby. Let's go blue, baby. Let's go blue. And I see my homie, the Giant Way, has entered the building. What's good, baby?
Hey, big dubs, big dubs, big dubs.
Yes, sir.
Man, we look so good, man. We look so good.
Yes, sir.
That was fun to watch, man.
It sure was, man. It sure was, man. I don't know. The second half had me a little shaky. A little shaky.
True. We did get stagnant.
It's the Giants, right?
We did enough to pull it off, so I'm cool, bro. I'm cool.
Yeah, I'm cool. As long as they get the dub, man. We're going to talk more about it. We're going to analyze this game, man. I just want to get to the chat real quick. Yes, sir. Mark Stewart, Big Blue. What's goody, baby? What's going on, bro? Yes, sir. I know you happy too, bro. It's good to talk about a dub. It's good to talk about it.
So good.
Funny me, man. Yes, sir. Y'all and also I want to give a shout out. Everyone, go see this man, the Giant Way, one of my co-hosts in NYG Lieutenant Show with TP Way, the Giant, who, by the way, props to him. He went out to Cleveland. He was at the game, saw a big dub, brought us the good vibes. So shout out to TP if you're watching.
Yes,
hope you see this later. But y'all need to go get my man, the Giant Way, David, a subscribe, and especially go to his TikTok. This man is legendary on that TikTok wave, man. He is legendary on that TikTok wave. Y'all need to go check his page out. He be doing this thing. Let's see. He dropped out real quick. I'll get him back in. But yes, y'all need to go see my guy on his TikTok. He's definitely one of those you need to go see. Let's see the chat. Blaze, what's good? He's Section 330 crew for life. What's good, bro? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Blaze says, I'll take that dub. Laughing emojis. You damn right we take it. Because you know what? We needed it. We needed it. This was the game that we needed to get it done. There was no turning back from this one. We lose this game, the season's off the rails. It's just bottom line like that.
Facts.
Yeah, man. The real multi checking in. Yes, sir. What's good, bro? Shout out real multi, man. Good nasty Winnie says. Yes, it was. That wasn't pretty. It wasn't pretty in the second half. But you know what? This was a game coming in. I felt like was like, yo, listen, we're gonna have to get gritty, bring the lunch pails. Point of attack, baby. It's a point of attack game against a physical defense. What you think about that, Dave?
I mean, you're absolutely right, man. The line of scrimmage definitely, or our offensive line had to hold up to what they was bringing with their pass rush, and then on the other side, our defensive line, we had to take care of business versus their O line. Obviously, they had a lot of injuries, but I still feel like we were still getting home, no matter who was playing. So, yeah, man.
There ain't no excuses. Oh no, there ain't no excuses for them because when it's us, no one gives us excuses. So hey, listen, it is what it is. We put them out of the game. It wasn't like they just ran and just pulled something. No, we was bringing it to them at the point of attack. I thought this was our best. We're gonna get into and break the game down in a minute, but yes, I thought point of attack was solid on both sides of the ball, especially this defense that needed to get in there and make a statement. The real multi. I was at the edge of my seat in the second half. Yeah. Yes, sir. Yeah. That's giant football, baby. They do this to us every time.
Mm-hmm.
They do this to us every time. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing going to be easy. Ain't nothing going to be easy. Oh, yes. My God, Jasmine Giant Singh.
What's up, Jasmine?
My God. What's up, bro? Thank you for coming through. Oh, man. One of my guys. If y'all don't know this, man, y'all need to figure it out. One of the biggest Giant fans there is walking this earth. A real good dude, all class. One of my guys I always see when I run into MetLife, man. Yo, man. And by the way, he's up for a fan of the year. Y'all need to go put that vote in. Put that vote in. That man deserves it, man. Great gutsy win, he says. Offense again scored 3 touchdowns, but defense didn't give up this time. No, they didn't. No, they didn't. They were the ones that led this way. They came out from beginning to end and brought it tonight.
Yep.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And we need more of that because you know what? Listen, me and Dave, we've been talking most of the season. If you watch this channel, I've been talking most of the season. I've been talking about this defense. I felt like this is the best D-line in the division. On paper, I felt that way. I said eventually in time they were going to beat it, and they've been disappointing us the first 2 weeks, but they showed up big time today, man. No doubt about it. They showed up big time. Yes, sir. Blaze, that battle between Garrett and Thomas was a slugfest. Yes, no doubt about it. No doubt about it. You're talking about two of the premier players at their position in this league. Andrew Thomas is one of the best left tackles in football. He's been that way the last few years. No doubt about it. And we all know what Myles Garrett's bring, probably the best defensive lineman in football right now. And it was a slugfest between them, like they said. I mean, he got his and AT got his, but for the most part, I thought AT handled it and got the job done. He got that job done. What do you think?
He did well. I mean, just like you said, that's probably going to be one of the best defensive linemen that he see all season. No so you win some, you lose some, but I think AT got the best of them for sure.
Yeah, definitely. You know, when you have a two really premier players like that, there isn't really one going to dominate the other. It's just going to be who's going to make the play last. You know what I'm saying? And for the most part, I thought AT handled his business today. I mean, Myles didn't wreck the game. That was one of my keys coming into this game this week. You know what I'm saying? We couldn't let Myles wreck the game. He going to get his, but you can't let him wreck the game. And I thought the Giants did a great job at point of attack, especially AT. Jazz, who's this? G Money, Slot Machine Videos. Welcome, brother. Welcome. Let's go, Giants, baby. Feels great to finally win a game, he says. I'll be going to the game in Seattle in a couple of weeks. Really hoping Neighbors does good in Seattle. Yes, sir. Shout out to you. You know, repping them Giants out there in Seattle in a hostile environment. So, yes, sir. Bring that love. And I think he will. I mean,
I hope he stay healthy so you get to see him, bro. I hope he stay healthy so you get to see him because he definitely wanted to.
For sure. Because he stays healthy, it's going to be a battle. It's going to be a battle out there. But I want to talk about this game. I think if I'm giving the game ball today, it's going to the defense.
For sure.
There's no question about it. The game ball goes to the defense. They had 8 sacks. Point of attack, baby.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and that's a quality offensive line they played on that team. Cleveland's one of the best offensive lines in football, man. Their run game is one of the best in football. Deshaun Watson, listen, we know he isn't what he used to be, but if you give him time and don't take care of business on the run and make that play action a factor, he's going to hurt you. He's going to hurt you. And I thought the Giants did a really, really, really good job today making it to where they had to play from behind most of the game and they couldn't really get into their run game. When they had their chances, they couldn't do nothing with it.
Yeah, definitely.
For sure. And let's talk about the sacks, man. Brian Burns has come to the party. Welcome to the show, Brian Burns.
Hey, let's go, man. He finally showed up. Dak showed out.
Yes.
I'm not sure if you heard me say this point, but I was on Sneaky Show, and we were talking about the pass rush, and I said I would like to see Aziz get a start over Kayvon, and that's not to say permanently, but to put the fire underneath Kayvon. And I don't know if you guys saw, but him and Aziz was switching out that the
Yeah,
whole game.
yeah,
And I think it benefited us. Like I think it really did benefit us. Kayvon not getting all those sacks, him being able to stay fresh,
yeah.
Aziz being the dog that we all know him that he can be, is
When
finally
healthy,
getting the time that he deserves. So I just feel like all that was working together for the better for the Giants.
I agree with that. I agree. Aziz played a big factor today. I thought that. I'd also got to say we got to give Bowen some credit. You know,
Mm-hmm.
listen. I put the fire out on him and Dable this week. We've been talking in the chat. You know, I've been putting it on
Mm-hmm.
the channel. I felt like the spotlight coming into this game was Brian Dable and Shane Bowen because of the debacle last week with the kicker. Even though I thought Dable's play calling was better last week, I just felt like with the kicker debacle and also Bowen's defensive play calling, not adjusting to what was working and playing
Mm-hmm.
too soft on and making things easy on that rookie quarterback last week. Nah, this was a game he basically went with strengths. He attacked. He was sending blitzes. It wasn't just sit back and let the guys catch it and let's run to the ball. No, that's not what the
Yeah.
game plan was, and it worked. And Aziz played a big part in that. Like you
Yeah.
said, bro, you know what I'm saying? He had some packages he came in, like you said, kept Kayvon fresh, and I felt like basically Burns coming up in the injury report at the end of the week, he kind of had to do that anyway, but I
Yeah.
like the fact that he did do that. He put more guys in the game to rotate, keep guys fresh, and it was relentless the whole game. Aziz had a good game, man. He really did. That sack, he had a sack, he had some pressures. Kayvon had some good plays too. You know what I'm
He
saying?
did.
So,
He did.
he's coming along,
But
and
I
stuff.
think it's because he's fresh. Like I think
Yeah,
it's because he can
yeah,
just go. He don't got to think. You know what I mean? Just ball out. You
yeah.
know.
Yeah, yeah, it's over. It's too much overthinking. Like I said, we talk all the time. Sometimes we really don't know what every player's assignment is on that particular play during the game. Clearly, you could see that they had a plan today to attack Watson, make him uncomfortable, send blitzes at him, disguise some things, send it. It was kind of wink-esque. I ain't gonna lie, it was kind of winkish. It was kind
Mm-hmm.
of winkish. But the main thing is that we held firm at point of attack on the run, and that's what I want to see going
Yeah.
forward. You know what I'm
I just
saying?
one thing that I didn't like is that in the second half we kind of took our foot off the gas.
Yeah,
We just need to
yeah.
just
We're gonna
play to
get
win
into
the
that.
game.
Yeah, we're
We
gonna get
shouldn't
into
be
that.
playing with the lead. We need. Oh, go ahead, brother.
Nah, go ahead, do your thing.
I was just gonna say we shouldn't be playing with the lead. Let's stomp them out until it's all zeros. There's no reason to let up.
Yes,
We they grown men, so let's go.
yeah, man. Yeah, man. I mean, I felt like some of that was on Dable too. We'll get into that in a second, but I totally agree with you. I felt like we got to keep hitting the gas. Don't let up because then things happen, fluky things happen. It'd be one little blown coverage here or one little missed tackle there, and that could just ruin things. So yeah, for sure. Blades, Tibbs, and Burns were causing fits. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And as my guy Dave said, Aziz played a part too. And you know what? It kept guys fresh. Tibbs had a good game. Burns, by far his best game. I mean, he was
Mhm.
causing havoc out there. He was causing havoc. He
I wish
was.
she could have got that pick, dog.
I know that shit hit him in the
Oh
head. It's like
man.
some of that too. I'm like, why are you dropping my guy back? That it just gave me those wink cave on coverage triggered me.
Mhm.
But I was like, man, if he would have just got a hold of that, but it worked, so it's okay. We'll let
It's
it
all
go
good. Yeah.
this time. But yes, if he would have caught that pick, that would have definitely sealed it right there for how great a game Burns had. I thought he was relentless today, man. I thought he caused a lot of disruption.
Yep.
He made Willis's life hell today. When
Mhm.
coming back in his first game, Willis had some rust, but hey, listen, nobody cares. It's
Yeah.
about wins and losses, and we're trying to get that dub. So no
Yes, sir.
excuses. Burns went out there and played well as far as, and the rest of this defense did too, man. G Money Slot Machine Video says Daniel Jones played good today. Glad the defense balled out, and I'm hoping that Bowen and the defense start to gel. Yes, indeed. I thought Daniel Jones did play well today. He had a couple of misses here and there, but you know what?
Yeah.
He played a good game, and he definitely outplayed Watson. And for those out there, listen, I don't want to hear nothing about Deshaun Watson's a better option than Daniel Jones. Let's put that to bed. We can bury that. Take the shovel, throw dirt, throw flowers in a tombstone. Watson is not it no more. He's not the same player, okay? And if you feel like that, let's not even talk about that badass contract he got, that terrible contract, which is just crazy how they did that. But listen, and y'all know me, I'm fair with everything I say. When Daniel Jones does well, I'll put it out there. And when he doesn't do something well, I put it out there. I'm fair, down the middle straight. But he was the better quarterback today to me. Okay, he was the better quarterback today. He made plays, especially in that first half. You know what I'm saying? He had the offense on time. Malik Neighbors is a dog. No doubt about it. That kid's a dog. But Daniel Jones made the right plays, took the ball down the field, a couple of long drives in the first half. He was the better quarterback today, no doubt about it. What do you think about that, Dave? I know you love it.
Yeah, man, I love this. I love it. Like I'm really banking on Daniel Jones to be our quarterback next year, just because I feel like we can finally address some defensive positions that we need in that first round. Not saying that they shouldn't draft a quarterback, but I just don't think that we need to use that first round pick on a quarterback when we could still have Daniel Jones on contract. So
yeah, well,
I love the way that he played. He played fearless, running the ball. I felt like he was running with the purpose. Throwing the ball, I felt like he was staring down wide receivers just a little bit too much.
Yeah,
but in the hindsight, he was getting it out quickly as well too. So it's like tit for tat, But I think he did well, bro.
I just felt like he had the offense on time. You know what I'm saying? Like it was for the most part. It was like they called the plays. He got out. He made his reads. He went to where he needed to go. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There was a play in the first half that I was kind of annoyed. He had a 3rd and 11. Plenty of pocket room, great pocket, and he kind of rushed and just already made his mind up to throw it to Neighbors underneath on the 3rd and 11 with a triple coverage. That he's got to stop. But after that drive, man, he stepped up and played well in that first half. After that drive, he went and had the offense on time. We had a good scoring drive. He was getting the ball out, getting it to Neighbors, getting the matchup, hit Wandell a couple of times. He did his job, and I'm happy about that. Listen, I want to win. So if he's going to play and we win, hey, that's a plus, man. Every time. Tyquan Lewis, what's going on, bros? Yes, sir. Shout out to Tyquan. What's going on, bro? I know you're happy we got to win today, baby. Also, happy birthday shout out to Tyquan, by the way. Told me
happy birthday.
Yes, sir. Told me it was his B-day, I think it was yesterday. And we kind of talked a little bit, and I said, yo, hopefully, bring the good vibes and you'll get your win on your birthday today, man. You know what I'm saying? Mark Stewart, salute, born for Sportz. Giants win, baby. Yes, sir. Salute, baby. We got a dub, baby. Oh, man, it just feels good to now finally know tomorrow will be a Victory Monday, because Misery Mondays, it just ain't it, man. It just ain't it. So let's get back to the game. I thought the play of the game, to me, I don't know if you agree with this, but this is my take. The play of the game to me was the back-to-back 3rd and 4th and 1 stops by Tibbs and Dex late in the 4th quarter. That to me was the plays of the game, because it was 3rd and short. We were kind of reeling, what you call it? Tibbs makes a big time play, gets in there, stops him, and then 4th and 1, Dex cleans up, takes care of business. We stopped them right there because they were driving, man. They were driving. They were kind of in that no man's land territory because they know they needed 6. If they convert there, defense is getting tired, by the way, at that point. They're digging deep. You know what I'm saying? They're digging deep. They've been on the field for the second half a lot, which we'll get into in a minute. But I just thought those were the biggest plays of the game, man.
I agree with you. I mean, I feel like those are big stops because, our offense was a little stagnant. So when that happens, it's up to the defense to stop the other team, just so we can get another swing at it. And I felt like they knew the urgency of the situation. So I feel like they came to play, and to see Kayvon jump off the ball, and I
That
was
was
just praying. I'm like, bro, please don't let go. Please,
yeah,
please don't let go.
yeah,
But he made the play, so I'm
yeah.
happy, bro. I'm happy, man. Those were
Sir.
definitely huge plays.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It was a big play, man. It's third and short. We're kind of reeling back there. The defense clearly tired, sucking wind, hands on hips, a lot of that drive. Because the offense, I think they just had a 3-and-out, I believe, after getting the turnover on that fumble and the exchange with Watson and the running back forward. They go 3-and-out. They're back on the field. Cooper's starting to cook on Banks a little bit as the defense is getting tired. And it's just like, somebody make a play. And finally,
Yeah.
Tibbs got in there, jumped in there, made a play, and then you saw it. It kind of rejuvenated the D-line because they
Mm-hmm.
knew what was coming, 4th and 1. They knew it. They knew they were going
Mm-hmm.
to try to run that, and they were ready, and Dex made a great play. So, listen, shout out to the boys up front, man, for real. They really did come to play today, and that was a huge play in my book. Taekwon Lewis appreciated y'all for the birthday wishes. Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir. Big dubs on the B-Day, bro. Nothing better than that. He also says the defense played better today. I'm happy we can take this into Thursday. Let's go, Giants. Yeah,
Me
this
too.
is huge, man. There's no sugarcoating it.
Yeah, this is a
We
big
were at
game.
we're at a roadblock of the season. It's either we go off the rails or we kind of hold on and see where we go and keep it on pushing. We lose
Yeah,
this game, we go to 0-3 on a short week, go and play the Dallas Cowboys. That shit is not a good look at all. So
yeah.
at the end of the day, we got it done today, and hopefully we can ride this momentum into Thursday. We'll see how the injury report looks by Wednesday. But listen, we gotta win, a much needed win to at least save our season. Because I know about you, Dave, because we talk all the time. But
Yeah.
Giants Nation, what is worse than being no season by Halloween? I'm done with that, yo. I'm done with it.
Yeah. Facts.
I'm done with it.
Facts.
And this wouldn't even be by Halloween, bro.
Facts, bro.
We didn't even get back. We didn't even get to October 1st. So now we're
Man.
all right for now. We all right for now. You know what I'm saying? So it's good to get that last one, that first one, that first one. But also, I want to talk the defense, run defense by this defense was much better this week by a landslide. After giving up all of that yardage on run plays last week with the Washington Commanders, with Robinson running us over, the terrible tackling. I thought, first of all, the tackling was much better today. They
Yeah.
missed a couple in the second half down the stretch of the game because they were obviously tired. But I thought the tackling was much better today. The run fits were much better today. Everyone was in their assignments, doing their job as a unit, and I loved it today, for real. 69 yards as a team, rushing.
I think that just plays a part in just like how the game is going for us.
Yeah.
We're able to answer back scores. The defense isn't out there as long. So this is just a true testament to the team being better. Like,
yeah,
we better now.
Yeah. I've been saying it forever. We've been talking about it forever. There's no one that could tell me. I know the record is 0-2, and I know there's questions about the quarterback in certain areas of the team. But can no one tell me that this roster is not better than the one in 2022 on paper with the talent-wise? No one could tell me that, okay? Listen, we just got to keep plugging away and keep getting better, man. 217 total yards of offense for the Browns, the Giant defense held them. 217 total yards, and they were on the field for most of the second half. Let's be honest.
A lot of that came from Banks, man. A lot of that came from Banks giving up plays, man, bro. I'm gonna be 100% honest, y'all. Banks was getting cooked.
He was, no doubt about it.
He was getting cooked. So I'm not saying that we need to be worried, but I think the technique for as far as how he's playing needs to be changed. Like, let him do what he does best, put hands on people instead of being on off coverage. he bites on every single juke. Like he just
Yeah,
bites, and it's so crazy. Like, bro, they're going to the inside. So why
yeah,
are you biting to the outside? It's
exactly.
just,
Coop
man,
took him to school today. Coop took him to school
for
today. Let's
sure.
be honest. He took him to school. And you know what? Listen, Coop has been doing this for years now. He does this to these young corners all the time. This is what he do. But like you
Yeah.
said, I think what needs to be looked at here is the way they are using Banks. I am not sure if using him in off-zone coverage all the time
Mm-hmm.
is what we need to have him do. When we drafted him here, it was supposed to be he was about to be man up,
Mm-hmm.
one-on-one, hands on hands, and get it done. My concern was more about him being too handsy. But if you're going to basically have him off the ball,
Exactly.
what are we doing? Look at the touchdown on the goal line. I mean,
Yeah.
what kind of a defensive call is that at the goal line? He has him off the ball. Coop is looking at him like, really? This is what y'all really have him playing on me? Okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? Like he's
Did you
basically
see
10
how
yards
he
over
did
on him.
him though? Did you see how he did him though, bro? He
Yeah,
literally he came off the ball, acted like the ball was not coming to him, and
yeah,
then just went crazy with the inside move and got the ball. And it's just like, Banks, you gotta be you
yeah.
gotta keep your head on the swivel at all times, man. That just showed the age difference, the
Oh,
experience.
absolutely.
Cause man,
Yeah, that was Chef City right there. He chefed them up real quick. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, that comes from experience. Coop has been doing that for a long time to these young corners out here. Banks is gonna have to learn from that. Listen, I thought Deontay has been playing pretty good the first 2 weeks. So he got cooked today. There's no doubting it. He got cooked today. So hopefully he'll use that but as motivation to improve what he needs to do. But however,
yeah,
Bowen has to be better. Stop
yeah, you
playing.
gotta help him out.
Okay, stop doing it because oh, by the way, that touchdown on that first play that they had, I'm still wondering if that was a touchdown. Did he really get the feet in? I don't know if he did. I
I
don't know.
think he did, bro.
Think he
I
did?
think he did. As bad as I don't want to say it, I think he did, bro. It was just
Okay,
a good play. That's all.
okay, and it was a good. I
Banks
was
was there. Hey, there is nothing more that Banks could do on that play. He was
That
there.
was a good throw. That was a good throw. He put it. Watson put it right where he needed. That looked like Watson, Texas Watson, where he threw that ball. Perfect spot. Coop got. I just questioned whether Coop got the foot down, but if you said he did, then cool. Because I didn't
I
really
think
get
he
to see
did.
the replay when it happened, so I'll look at the tape later. But yeah, all right. So it is what it is, But yes, I think going forward they need to look at that of how they're using Banks, no doubt about it.
Mhm.
But shout out to the Giant defense today. Held the team that's held them a rush first offense that is amongst the top levels of rushing offense in the NFL for the last few years, held them to 69 yards on the ground, 217 total yards, period. That's a tremendous outing for the New York Giants, man, especially
Mhm.
considering they were on the field the entire second half. And let's get into how, we said earlier, DJ outplayed Watson. I don't want to hear it.
Mhm.
Anyone going to talk to me about it? This. No, he outplayed him. He was by far the better quarterback on the field. A lot of Watson's numbers that he finished with were basically them having to go to passing mode every play in the second half because they were behind. So, as far as the context of the game and flow of the game, when the game was competitive between both teams, figuring things out, the Giant defense put them on smash. And Daniel Jones did after that first drive, he did everything what he was supposed to do in that first half. Got us up,
Mhm.
kept us on schedule, made plays, fed neighbors. He outplayed them, man. Let's take a look at let's take a look, man. Let's take a look at DJ's numbers, man. 24-34, 236 yards, 2 touchdowns, a QBR 109.4. I'll take that. I'll take that. In the context of this game, that was the way we needed him to play. And the numbers could have been a lot better if we didn't go so damn conservative in the second half. What do you think?
Hey, the numbers speak for himself. I mean, he's playing like an NFL quarterback. I mean, there's not really much to say. He had his points where I wish he could have got it back and maybe put some more touch on the
Yeah,
ball. But overall, man, I don't have anything negative to say.
yeah.
Um,
He missed
his,
neighbors
his
on he missed neighbors
go
on a
ahead.
touchdown, but that's okay. I
Yeah,
thought,
that's what I'm talking about. Yeah,
yeah,
that's
yeah, I
what
think
I'm definitely talking about that for sure.
yeah,
For
that's why I
sure.
brought it. Yeah, you're right. That was a big. That could have been a big play. He missed them. Hopefully, as the season goes on, they work on that timing on that play because it was a good play call by Dable. He had a step, and you saw they went right back to it the next play. But this time, they were ready for it. But you
Yeah, I
could
wish
tell.
they would.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I wish they would. I wish they wouldn't have did that,
Yeah,
or at least change the personnel out, put somebody else there in that position.
right.
But I was hoping that Malik did not get hurt on that play because he came down on his back pretty hard
Yeah,
on
yeah,
on
yeah,
that second one. But
yeah.
overall, he did well, man. He did good.
There was a point in this game that uh, DJ was like 19 or 21 in the first half. The ball wasn't hitting the ground. He was on time, hitting players, hitting neighbors when he needed it. And this wasn't like one of those, okay, all the yardage went to one guy and that's it. You know what I'm saying? He spread the ball around today. He did. He
Mm-hmm.
spread the ball around. Waddell had a good game. I thought he had some timely receptions for this team in big spots. And Neighbors had a good first half, real good game. We'll get to him in a minute, but let's give some props to DJ. He played well today. He was definitely the better quarterback of the game. And let's also give props to DJ breaking the streak. 41
Yes,
regular
sir.
season streak is over without having a back-to-back games of 2 touchdown passes. So let's give respect to him on that. Finally, he broke that streak, and we go forward now. We don't got to talk about that no more. You know what I'm saying? But Mr. Malik Neighbors also made history today. Yeah, 8
Mm-hmm.
catches, 78 yards, 2 touchdowns, and became the youngest wide receiver in NFL history to have 2 touchdowns in a game at 21 years old. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
right.
So yeah, we got to give props to that. And listen, the records are gonna keep coming down with him because he's
Yep.
that good. He's gonna be one of those guys that by week 10, they'll be manufacturing records that he's breaking. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like putting those kind of like he's the first to do that. We're like, wait a minute, what? That's a stat? Oh wow,
Right.
that type of thing. Because he's that
Talking
good, man. He's that good. them LSU, man, they that college know how to get them receivers out. But
they do.
let's talk about the things I didn't like. Now I'm gonna be honest, man. I thought Dable had a good approach the first half, but the play call in the second half to me was not good enough. I think he went conservative too fast in the second half. Okay, I think he changed his mindset after the Singletary fumble. And by the way, Singletary, I'm getting tight with this nonsense. Stop
Fact.
fumbling the freaking ball, bro. Stop fumbling the ball because you're killing the team doing this nonsense. Because that's another drive we could have went in and put the game out of reach. A second straight week of fumble, just carrying the ball like a loaf of bread, man. But I felt like Brian Dable basically went conservative after that play, man. And it was too early, and it could have cost us the game if things would have went a certain way.
Yeah, I agree with everything that you're saying. I mean, we can't play with the lead. We just got to go win the game.
Yeah.
It's that simple. Go win the game. Once the game is over, then we can let off the gas. But
Yeah.
I just feel like he just needs to attack more. I feel like he needs to use Jalen Hyatt, and I really would like him to stop saying in presses that we have special packages for Jalen Hyatt because anytime he's in the game, we most likely gonna go to him. So he just needs to stop saying that in the pressers.
This is what I see every time he says that nonsense. This is what I
Yep.
see. Okay, this is you're lying. I don't want to hear packages. Clearly, there's something going on. Okay, because in preseason and training camp, we saw how he was on the field with Neighbors all the time, making plays in training camp, making plays in the scrimmages and all of that. And then all of a sudden, the regular season starts. We can't get the guy on the field. Why is that?
Yeah, that's crazy.
And then they came out with that report. Jordan Renan came out with that report talking about that he asked to be traded. They're not going to use him. He's unhappy, and this, that, and the third. Now Hyatt has denied it, so we don't know how much credence in this report is. But usually, where there's smoke, there's fire. Especially when you're seeing what's going on, why he's not playing enough. And I'm sorry. Darius Slayton, he's got chemistry with Daniel Jones. He's probably our second best receiver on the team, but he has not played that good at all these first 2 weeks. I'm sorry. So there's no reason why we can't get Hyatt some snaps here. There's no reason.
And even with Darius being the second player on our team, we drafted him with our 3rd round pick. That's still a high pick, bro. That's still a high pick, man. And we need to use him. As simple as that. Just put him out there. There's nothing wrong with splitting reps. You know what I mean? Who cares on how many reps you get? Let's just go win the game.
Exactly. Like, what are we doing? Like, at the end of the day, he was a high equity pick, like you said, a 3rd round pick. Okay. A lot of people thought we were going to take him in the 1st round that year. You know what I'm saying? Got him in the 3rd round. He was supposed to be a big part. I thought in the second half last year, he played pretty good. He got better as the season went along, considering who he had throwing the ball to him. He came out of training camp. I noticed a change in how his release was, off the line, things like that. So what is going on? I need to know what's going on. Like, what happened? Did he get into an argument with Dable? What? Like, something's got to be up, man. I'm sorry. Something's there, and they're not telling it. But these things come out sooner or later. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see about that. But yeah, just happy that we won this game today, man. Won this game today. We got Dallas on a short week coming up Thursday, and we'll see if Dallas wins their game because they're going to be in a dogfight today with the Ravens. So let's go Ravens.
Yes, sir.
Let's go Ravens. I saw the Eagles won, so the Eagles got to win today. So they kind of they went up there. They're 2-1, I believe. Yeah, 2-1. So they're going to be on top of the division by the end of this week. So it'll be nice to see if the Cowboys lose today and Washington lose today, so we could just kind of be in that little mix. Get up there for sure. This is a big division game this week, and we will get into it this week. But yeah, man, I'm just happy we got a win. A victory Monday, baby. A victory Monday. I predicted my prediction this week was 19-17. We won 21-15, so not a bad score. But
I said 21. I said 28-21.
Good
it was
job.
Kind of close.
Kind of close. Yep. So listen, man, at the end of the day, the Giants got it done. And I am very encouraged what I see by this defense, man. I've said it from the beginning. This defense has to lead us, man, especially on that side of the ball. That D-line showed up today. They got 8 sacks today. I don't even remember the last time the Giants, I think probably 2016, or something like that we had.
What do you mean, OC? Wasn't OC?
Oh, OC had like 6 by himself. That was in 2007. Yeah. But as a team, I think the last time maybe we had at least 7 sacks was like 2016 or something. I don't know. It's been a long time. So it was good to see. It was good to see, man. It was real good to see. Brian Burns earned his money today. Hopefully, it'll be more of that going forward because listen, we're gonna need it. We're gonna need it because Dexy, he balled. And you could always count on Big Dexy. Tyquan Lewis, I agree with everything y'all said. Hyatt needs more snaps. Slayton is not better than him. Well, I don't know if Slayton is not better than him right now, but all I know is this. There's no excuse why Jalen Hyatt should not be getting more snaps on this offense. And if you look at the strengths of this team, we talked about it all off season. The strengths of this team are supposed to be 2 things. Number 1, D-line, front 7. Number 2, the wide receivers. The wide receiver core has a lot of speed. They're one of the fastest receiver cores in the league. They got playmakers all up and down there. There's no reason why we have to basically sacrifice one or the other to get these guys on the field. Why they can't get on the field together? I don't understand. I don't understand that at all. Jalen Hyatt is one of those guys where it's basically impossible to overthrow him. How do you expect to keep elite speed on the bench when you got Darius Slayton dropping balls? You know what I'm saying? Things like that. I think and he looked like he's kind of playing hurt as well. He had a concussion in week 1. Last week, to me, he didn't look himself. Dropped a couple passes last week. Wasn't really separating. Today, again, another key drop. And then he came out of the game. I saw he went. They had him go to the locker room. Looked like he hurt himself again. So obviously he's playing through some things. There's no reason why Jalen Hyatt should not get more snaps on the field, man. Not at all. Not at all. So the schedule, we got Thursday, Dallas, which is going to be a tough game. Of course, those damn Dallas Cowboys, I can't stand them. But hey. And if they're coming off a loss, they're going to be even more tougher to beat. They're going to be even more tougher to beat because they're going to be desperate. So Giants are going to have to use this game today as momentum, bring it in, and go from there. The defense has to build off of this, man. And I think they will. Yeah. I think the defense is going to build off of this because this Cleveland Brown, they basically answered a challenge to me. Because they looked so bad against the run last week, man. They look so bad. And then now you're bringing one against a rookie quarterback at that, running the ball, running an offense with the ball, a college offense at that, Clinsbury. He ran a college offense last week, and they still couldn't stop the run. Now you're talking about one of the elite ground rushing attacks in football the last 5 years, and they went and met the challenge and locked it down. So I think we can use this as momentum, and hopefully – we're healthy enough to get the job done, but I'm excited now. It feels a lot better to be 1-2 going to this game than 0-3.
For sure. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Tyquan Lewis says unacceptable about Hyatt not playing, and it's the truth. You know what I'm saying? It's the truth. It sure is, man. But we got to use this as momentum, man. Hopefully we get that job done. Because how long has the Cowboys been a thorn in our side, man? I tell you, I hate losing to that team, man.
We're going to beat them, bro.
Yeah, that's the positive I want to hear. We're going to get them. I mean, sooner or later, we got to, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think we match up better with them this year for sure. But I think the fact that the defense played this good at the right time gives me hope that this is the game that's going to turn this season around. This is the game that's going to springboard us. Even if we lose next week, which I don't want to lose. Please, I don't want to lose, Lord.
I think we will.
But I think we're going to win. I hope we win. I'll break that down later on in the week because I want to see who's going to be able to play. However, I think this is the type of win that could actually build the Giants some momentum going forward because they're going to need it because this schedule is not going to be easy going forward. Yep, Cleveland was a winnable game, but not an easy game to win. They could have easily lost this game coming in the way things were set up, but they went out there and took the game. They took it. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to the team for that. But going forward now, Dallas, Seattle, the next 2 weeks, not easy. We're going to have to bring a lunch pail, and we're going to have to dominate point of attack and hit them in the mouth because it's not going to be easy, man. What do you think?
Yeah, so just my last little point before I got to head out. So just like you said, or just like we said earlier, on how important this game was for us to win, because this is when our schedule starts getting into the nitty gritty, and we start playing a lot better teams, that are presumed to be better than us. And I think, just like you said with this win for Dallas, bro, that would definitely give us the momentum to pretty much that we can beat anybody. We can play anybody. We can beat anybody.
For sure.
So I think we definitely need this dub. I think with us getting or Daniel Jones playing better on the road, I feel like the home game is going to be way better. This game, he'll be embraced. He won't feel no pressure, and I think he's just going to ball out, man.
I agree with you. I agree with you, and that's what gives me some encouragement. That's a good point you just made, Dave. That gives me encouragement, the fact that he went on the road and has turned slowly but surely starting to play better. Hostile environments in Washington. That was their their home opener last week. He played better. They had chances to win the game. It just didn't work out.
Right, and we didn't have no kicker.
We had no kicker because of Brian Dable's bonehead move, not having a backup kicker there. And the defense let us down. They were terrible against the run, and it cost us the game, which is the biggest factor. But the offense looked better last week, and they moved the ball. Daniel Jones played much better last week as opposed to what we saw in person together at week 1 when we were there. You know what I'm saying? Now, today, he played even much better. Considering they went conservative second half, there was a couple of plays he missed, but he had the offense on time. He played better. He played better than last week. He made the plays he was supposed to make. He kept the offense going in that first half and got us a big lead to where, we controlled that basically the game. We controlled the game because of that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It allowed the defense to play free, allowed the defense to go out there like a bunch of crazed dogs and have some fun. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's what they did. And it was because, yes, the defense held their own in the first half as well, but the offense was on time and started scoring touchdowns. They were scoring.
Yeah.
They were scoring.
Which is refreshing to see, man. That's really good to see our team to be able to get in the paint, man, because as you know, there's times where we don't score. So that's really good to see.
That's fact. Really good to see, man. Taquan Lewis says, being positive, we can beat Dallas. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm being positive. It's possible. Dallas has some warts of their own on their team. You know what I'm saying? It's not like they're unbeatable. They always give us problems. Sooner or later, it's got to turn around. We'll see how it goes. But I think, this is a game where the Giants can, if they can play the way they played for 4 quarters today, 4 quarters, okay?
Yeah.
I want to see the first half turn into 4 quarters. That to me is the
full game.
Yeah. That to me, that's the next step of the development of this team, this year. Can they play the way they played in the first half today for 4 quarters? Because the second half, we went too conservative after the Singletary fumble. And by the way, you see my boy Tyrone Tracy? Singletary better watch it, bro. And I know Singletary's played, he's had 2 pretty good games, but those fumbles are killing us at the wrong time. And until that last one that he broke out and made a good play and didn't score and just ran the clock out, he kind of was neutralizing the game. And Tracy was getting some receptions out there and moving the chains. So he better watch it because Tyrone Tracy looks like he's healthy and he's going to be a big part of the offense going forward. Love the fact Brian Dable got him the ball in this game. So, you know what?
Hey, brother, outside, I got to make my exit.
No, it's all good, baby. Thanks for joining me, bro.
I'm going to holler at you later. Hey, I'm going to continue to watch, man. Hey, I love what you're doing. Y'all boys be smooth, man. Go Giants, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Dave, shout out to my boy NYG Lieutenant Dave. Go to his channel, The Giant Way. He's got some good stuff on there here on YouTube. But also go to his TikTok, man. His TikTok is doing the damn thing. That dude is a talented young man, and y'all need to go see about what he got for y'all, man. Really good. Diz is here to chime in. What's good? Shout out to Diz. Singletary got a chill, another fumble bench his ass. I'm serious, man. I said this too, man. When he fumbled again, I was like, yeah, it's time to bench him. Because one thing about me, I can't have my running backs dropping the ball. I kind of let it slide last week. I kind of did because of the way he had a pretty good game. But you can't keep going forward fumbling that, man. Can't keep going forward fumbling that, bro. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, we got to make sure that he holds on to that ball, man. Because if he doesn't, okay, Giants are going to have to make a decision because I like what I saw from Tyrone Tracy today. Okay, let's look at Tyrone Tracy's stats, man, by the way. Because, I like what I saw. I'm sorry. Singletary better watch it, bro. First of all, let's see. Tyrone Tracy had 5 carries for 23 yards. Okay, 4.6 a pop. Okay. And he also, which was the main thing I like, was he contributed it in the pass game. They set Tracy up for a lot of good plays. Now, you look at it, 2 catches, 17 yards, 8.5 yards of reception. But they used him in a way that you thought that he could actually contribute to this team anyway coming into the season. He was a former receiver in college, turned running back. He's already shown he's got the wiggle. He falls forward most of the time when he gets into contact. The first contact doesn't bring him down much. But the pass game what separates him from this running back by committee core that we have. I thought they used him as an extension of the running game, especially in the second half. Had a couple of plays there. He's a guy that we got to see going forward. Brian Dable, you got to think is going to have some plays for him going forward. And I said it coming to the season. I like Singletary. I think he's a solid back. I'm pleased with what I saw so far. However, now these fumbles got to stop. I can't have no more of that. I can't have no more of that because it just kills momentum and it just puts us in a bind. We do not have the kind of team that can just eat a fumble from our running back every week and expect to win the game. We got away with it this week, but we didn't get away with it last week. So going forward, he's got to cut it out, or he's going to have to go to that bench, and Tyrone Tracy is going to have to get more carries. The real multi, I agree, Diz. He have to protect the ball a lot better. Shaking my head. Yeah, he does, man. He does. I mean, we can't have that. We cannot have that. The first job of a running back when he plays for your team is ball security. He's getting hit every play, pass blocking, or whether he runs the ball, catches the ball. Ball security is the most important thing, man. We can't be giving the ball back to the other team. We can't do it. We can't do it. And that's a big part of it, man. And Tyrone Tracy, he was drafted by this regime, so they expect him to become a part of the game plan going forward. And I think he will. Tyquan Lewis, how can I join in the live? Yes, sir. We'll talk about that. Maybe we'll do something next week. I'm always acceptable if somebody want to join. Just let me give me ahead of time before I do the show. Hey, and I'll hit you with the invite. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. We'll definitely do that next week, brother. I appreciate you wanting to come in and chop it up with me, man. That's cool on your part, bro. Diz says Tyrone Tracy, give him some run because Singletary and Gray, shaking my head, both of them on my shit list. Yeah, let me talk about Eric Gray too, and Brian Dable for this. Brian Dable, please. I know you don't watch my show, most likely. Maybe you got somebody watching from afar. I don't know. Probably not likely, but please stop running Eric Gray on kick returns and punt returns. He is not a returner. He's not. He's not. Last year, he was awful. Why do we keep doing that? I don't understand it. I don't understand it. He was brutal last year. He couldn't catch a punt. He couldn't catch a punt last year. He fumbled a couple times last year. And what does he do? As soon as the first play of the game, the kickoff, he fumbles it. And it took one freaking play for the Browns to go up 7-0. One play into the game. Enough of Eric Gray on special teams. That's not what he can do for us. Enough. I'm tired of it. Are we going to wait until it costs us a game? Come on. Richie James all over again. If y'all can't tell by now, I was never a fan of Richie James in 2022 handling punts, man. He was all right as a receiver for the team, but as a punt returner, he cost us games, man. Fumbling was an adventure out there. He cost us the Seattle game that year, and we got Eric Gray all over again doing a Richie James. Last year, he showed it. You put a rookie in that position, he should not have to do that, man. So he showed you he wasn't ready for that. So now what do? You do it now again? Again? There's got to be somebody that can hold it down. What are we doing out there? Brian Dable's got to stop it. He's got to stop putting this man in these situations. Part of coaching is you put your players in the best position to succeed. Clearly, special teams returning is not what Eric Gray does best. Stop putting him out there before it costs us a freaking game, man. Jesus Christ. I'm trying to be positive today. The Giants got me a win today. I'm happy as hell. I'm happy as hell, y'all. Trust me. Victory Monday feels a lot better than miserable Monday. I'll tell you that shit. But I got to call it how I see it down the line like I always do. One thing about me, you're going to get the real every time. It might not be popular all the time, but you're going to get what I'm feeling at the time, the real. That Eric Gray returning shit got to stop. Enough. And if Brian Dable keeps doing it, then you know what? Something got to give with him then. And I like Brian Dable, but come on now. The Giant way. Facts. We can't be giving the ball up. But what about Gray? Yeah. I would be okay if they cut him. Yo, you know what? I really don't want you know something? Basically, he's got to be third string, and I think he is now. I think he already is. Clearly, if you look at the snaps that Eric Gray got with the first team offense and what Tyrone Tracy got with the first team offense, obviously he's at the back of the line. He's in the back of the line, and that's where he has to be. But don't make it worse on the kid by putting him out there where he can cost the team and doing something clearly he can't do well. That's my whole thing. He's not a returner. Stop doing it. That's it. Go out there on the waiver wire and go get me somebody that can catch a freaking punt and kick off and run. I can't do this fumbling shit. I can't do it no more, man. I can't do it. To me, Singletary and Gray, they got some fumbling issues they better fix. They better fix it. They better fix it. The real multi says this guy, Brian Dable, hard-headed, man. SMH, man. Yeah, man, he's hard-headed. I don't know what the hell is his obsession. I mean, what is going on? Like, are we just like, you know what? We drafted him. We got to put him to do something? I'm sorry. It is what it is. He got to wait his turn. Unless an injury comes up, he can't get snaps over Tracy and obviously Singletary unless Singletary keeps fumbling the freaking ball too. But right now, he can't be ahead of those guys. So don't exasperate it by putting him somewhere that he can't succeed and putting him in a position that he is not equipped to do. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. But I'm trying to focus on the positive because I'm happy the Giants won today, believe it or not. But, man, that shit frustrates me, man. Frustrates me, man. Giving me them damn Richie James and Seattle vibes, man. Tyquan Lewis, yeah, Gravy messing up on kick returns, man. Yeah, man, he's not a returner. I mean, it is what it is. He's not a returner. You know, obviously. I mean, when are we going to just accept it? He's a running back. Just because you can run as a back doesn't mean you can return it as a kick. You can't. You can't. Some guys can, some guys cannot. Okay? And obviously, he's got an issue taking with contact because that hit wasn't even that bad. He just got hit on the arm running with the ball out, loaf of bread, and he fumbled it. So Eric Gray and especially Devin Singletary, because he's the starting running back right now, they got to fix those fumbling issues, man, going forward, or it's Tyrone Tracy season, in my opinion. Because if you can't do that, what's the sense of giving us this yardage if you're just going to get the ball back to the other team? It's a waste. It's like a punt. So going forward, the Giants have to do something about that. But just happy we got this win today, man. The Giants deserve this game. They deserve to win this game. I thought for the most part they dominated this game. Okay? The game, but this is the NFL. This is the NFL. And even in games you dominate, if you don't make certain plays at the right time when it's key plays in the game, you allow teams to hang around, they will come back and bite you. Today, it did not. Thank God. The defense stood up all day long. They led this, especially second half, because the first half, I thought was as complete a game as the Giants team has played in a couple of years, man, since probably 2022. Okay? The offense was on time, moved the ball at will, scored touchdowns. Okay? Defense was on after that first drive where, you know, they were put behind the A-ball because of the Eric Gray fumble, and they scored on one play. After that, it was locked down. Locked down. And I loved it. I loved it. The Giant defensive line showed up today, fellas. It showed up. They showed us what they can be, the potential. They show what we can be as a team, what we expected when we traded for Brian Burns to add to this, what we expected when we drafted Kayvon Thibodeau 5th overall a couple years back, and now he's in year 3. What we expected with Dexter Lawrence doing what he does, being the best defensive tackle not named Chris Jones in the league. Okay? Had a sack today, doing sexy, dexy things, man. Just a tremendous play, with the best NFL defensive lineman in football doing what he does. And that 4th and 1, who made the play? 3rd and 1, we got Thibodeau. Got in there against the run, stopped it. Something that has been a problem for him under Wink his first 2 years was setting the edge, playing the run. He showed it in that play and most of this game that he was ready. After I thought last week he didn't play too great against the run. He got blown off the ball a couple of times in key spots and did not hold edge containment. Assignment football is key with run fits when it comes to rushing defense, offenses you face. He did it today. He got in there and made a big play on 3rd and 1 when the team, and it was a big play. Don't get it twisted. Whatever you feel about Thibodeau, don't get it twisted. That was a big play in the game. The defense was tired. They were Watson had the ball moving. The Giant offense, after getting a turnover, went 3 and out. They were clearly sucking wind, hands on hips, okay, tired. And Thibodeau made a play, got the energy back up, and then Dex finished it on 4th and 1, stopped them, and that was the game. That was the biggest plays of the game. Biggest plays of the game. That's the defense. That's the Giant defensive line and front seven I want to see. That's what I expect. Bobby Okereke flying all over the place. That's what I expect. And shout out to Shane Bowen, who actually used what was working to the strengths instead of just saying, hey, this is what we run in, figure it out. Because I called him out. I ain't going to lie. I called him out this week. I did. Because I was not happy with the game plan last week. Playing all ball on 3rd and shorts and shit. What are we doing? Against a rookie quarterback running a college offense. That was ridiculous last week, that game plan to me. But this week, he changed it up. He sent blitzes and kept going with what was working. The Giant pass rush showed up today. Key blitzes. I could read you some numbers here, man. Shout out to Cordell Flott, too, man. He had a decent game today. 9 tackles, man. Was all over the place. Solid play today. Because there was some plays I saw last week on tape I didn't like from Flott. He didn't look like he wanted to tackle last week. He did it today. He did it today. Bobby Okereke, 8 tackles. Okay, half a sack. Doing what he do. That's one of the best middle linebackers that I believe in football showed up today. Showed up today. Leadership. Did his thing. Pinnock, 7 tackles. Had a sack on a key blitz. That's the Pinnock we saw last year. McFadden stepped up. A solid game. That's back-to-back weeks. McFadden, let's give some credit to him. McFadden has a couple of good games last week. Now, he's playing through some things, man. You could clearly see it. He's playing through some injuries. He's battling out there. So we'll see if he'll be available Thursday night. But he had a good game as well. 6 tackles, half a sack with Okereke on a blitz. Real solid. Real solid. Nunez Roches had a good game. You know, he jumped off sides on a key play I didn't like, but he had a solid game on a run game. This was a tailor-made game for him to play in. He's a guy that wants to stop the run and mix it up in the trenches. Lunch pail guy. Point of attack. That's what you want to see. He had a half a sack today, 5 tackles. Beautiful. Let's talk about Elijah Chapman, buddy. Elijah Chapman, that was the Chapman talent we saw in preseason. He was disruptive today. Had a good sack. He beat his man. He got skinny inside on a pass rush where he got in there and made the play and got Watson to the ground. He had a solid game today, man. And I hope now we'll see that continue to be a thing in this defense with Bowen. He had 3 tackles and a sack. Very disruptive game, I thought. Okay, very disruptive game. Dexter Lawrence with 2 sacks. We know what he do. We talked about that. Brian Burns' best game as a Giant today. Best game as a Giant. Numerous disruptions, pressures, sack, fumble. That's what we paid for. That's what we expected. That's what we expected when we got this guy. That's what we saw in Carolina. He was better against the run, too. I would like to see Bowen kind of chill out with dropping him back in coverage, though. I would, well, you know, don't do that too much. But, you know, he dropped an interception with listen, he's the defensive lineman. You're not going to expect him to catch that. On the last 4th down stop, he was in coverage as well. So let's not do that too much. But I thought this was Brian Burns' best game as a Giant. He was disruptive. He was giving guys fits. They even moved him around, is what I like too. They moved him around. They didn't just keep him on one side of the offensive line. They moved him around. He had a couple of disruptive hurries and pressures. Really disrupted Watson. Watson was looking at him a lot, trying to account for him when he dropped back a lot of times. So shout out to Brian Burns. He stepped up, especially after also, let's talk about how he played like that coming off of showing up in the injury report late this week. So apparently he was playing through something today. So shout out to him. Kayvon Thibodeau, 3 tackles as we talked about. Big play on 3rd and 1 on that last drive. A part of those key plays of the game. 3 tackles. 3 tackles, half a sack. Had some hurries, man. He did well. I thought this was his best game so far of the season, this young season. So hopefully he continues to get better. Let's talk about Ojulari too, man. As my boy Dave said earlier in this show, he had a very good game, I thought. Timely plays, kept the guys fresh. Okay, kept the guys fresh. 2 tackles and a sack. Had a couple of hurries, knocked the ball or pass down at the line of scrimmage. Very disrupted today, and I thought that's something that I wanted to see coming into the season. I don't know why Bowen wasn't using them that way to start the first 2 weeks, but today he did, and he rewarded his coach. Good job by Ojulari, man. We all know Ojulari has talent. His issue is he's not dependable because of injury history. So this could be big going forward for this team, keeping the guys fresh. Okay. So all in all, man, great win today. Giants get the win. They beat Cleveland 21-15. That's going to wrap it up today. Love the fact that we won this game, man. This is a big win. So hopefully this can get us going. Get us going forward. Okay? We got a big game in Dallas Thursday night. Not going to be easy, but hopefully this is a game that's going to show, give the team confidence, give our quarterback confidence, going forward, and some things to clean up. No doubt about it. There's things to clean up. Not a complete game by any stretch we played today, but I thought we basically owned this game and played our game today. We hit them in the mouth, man. We hit them in the mouth today. Point of attack. That's what I want to see from both sides of the ball, and that's what we got today. They kept Daniel Jones clean for the most part today when we had the ball, and the D-line made Watson's life hell today. That's what I want to see, and they stopped the run. That's what I want to see. Let's get one last comment in before we wrap it up. Tyquan Lewis says, yes, great win today. Let's go, Giants. Let's get the dub on Thursday. No doubt about it, man. No doubt about it. This is going to be a game that we either going to look back and say, you know what? This springboarded our season, or it was something that we got to win and we just kind of like going through and still working. Hopefully this springboards a win. Don't forget to like and subscribe, man, to Born for Sports. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Born for Sports. I appreciate everybody out there rocking with me. And, I'm just happy to be here doing what I do, loving what I do, and I appreciate everybody out there. For those who are kind of checking in, hit me with that like and that subscribe, man. I think you're going to like this content going forward, especially if you're a New York Giants fan. We got them Dallas Cowboys this week. Let's go out there and hit them in the mouth. Let's go do it, Giants. Let's do it. Born for Sports. I'm out, baby.